presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And let's talk about the consumer, what we heard from Brian Moynihan at Bank of America. I mean, Brian talked about how healthy the consumer is right now. Their balance sheets are pristine. Their bank balances have never been higher. They are higher now than they were before the pandemic. People are spending more, and their late fee metrics are down.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie.
And it is a lie. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know, again, that is just another bold-faced lie. You know, it's amazing. What people don't realize is we're not going to be saved. No, the Federal Reserve is not going to come in and save us. Remember what happened in 2008. The Fed came in and saved us. They printed globs of money from 2008 to 2022, $133 trillion to save us. Now, every time the market would pull back, they'd come back in and save us. Keep printing more money to buy more treasuries, get those interest rates low. And in the meantime, the tech stocks, because of low rates, were going straight up, and the big hedge funds, the big boys were making a fortune. And that all started the inflation, which is now killing the folks. But during that time, all this inflation is now killing you, the folks, we the people. The rich got richer, and now everybody else got poorer. I mean, it's amazing to keep hearing how good the consumer is doing. That's a bold-faced lie. The consumer can't do well when Powell keeps on raising interest rates, because it continues to bring pain to everyday households and to small businesses. I mean, people who are making even $100,000 or less a year are having a difficult time. But those who are making the average, 72% of our workers, of our workforce, make less than $40,000 a year. Less than $40,000 a year. This is killing them. So again, I get so sick of hearing how good the consumer is. Just like I get sick of hearing how great the stock market is. That's a lie. These people are nuts. Think about this inflation. It's at a 4-decade high. For one good reason, spending. Look what Biden's done. In the 22 months he's been in office, he spent $7 trillion. $7 trillion. It didn't help Main Street. Most of it went to all his green initiatives, all that stuff. Yeah, the green initiatives. And the rest of it, a lot of it went to, just like when he and Obama were together, to expand the welfare state. Went towards benefits. And these crazy programs. That's why people don't go and work. I mean, to say that the consumer is doing well is just a joke. The Fed's aggressive effort of 75 basis points a time, what are you, nuts? That's not aggressive. All that does is keep adding fire to the inflation fuel. Or fuel to the inflation fire, excuse me. So, and that kills the standard of living. The guy on the street, the major, he's getting slaughtered with this inflation. There's no help for him because they don't want to help him. Powell doesn't want to help him. He can't because he's controlled by the owners. And the owners can only care about themselves. And they've been making a fortune in inflation. Powell keeps putting us into a recession that's deeper and deeper. Powell's stupidity is unbelievable. His stupidity brought us to a point that wages are not keeping up with inflation, causing our standard of living to go to hell. This could all have been avoided if he did what was right for we the people. If the Fed did for what was right in 2018. But they didn't. Remember, in 2018 or 2008, when they started this whole scam of rallying the market by keeping interest rates at zero, you and I pay for that. That's what we're paying for now, is those rallies. I tell you about that all the time. So what he has done is when he, in 2008, there was only $800 billion in bonds on his balance sheet. That's all. He went out and purchased. I think that was an accumulation over 30 years of the Fed purchasing bonds to keep interest rates low. Over 30 years, he accumulated $800 billion in bonds. We're at $9 trillion. In 2018, the smart money was begging him, look, you got to get this balance sheet down. Cut it at least in half. Get half of those bonds off your balance sheet, because if something goes wrong, you haven't got any room to bail us out like you did in 2008, that crash. Like you did in 2018, that crash. 2020. Now here we are in the crash, this last crash, 2022. He can't bail us out. He has no room. He has no room. So now what are they talking about? They're talking about, well, if he has no room, now Aunt B, who's another nincompoop, these educated nincompoops. The problem with all these educated people, they're so smart, they're stupid. They have no common sense. Now they're talking about, well, why don't we just do this? Why don't we go and print money, the Treasury, which she's ahead of, and we'll go and buy all those $9 trillion in bonds off the balance sheet, and then they can go and do more QE. Are you kidding? That's like when the banks got up to their throat with subprime loans. What did we do? The Fed went and took and shifted all those loans off the bank's balance sheet and shifted it where? To the Fed. And who pays for that? You and I. And that's what you're feeling today. See, people don't realize when they took all those bad loans, the subprime loans that nobody was paying, and it was on the Fed's balance sheet, okay, or on the bank's balance sheet, they went in and took all those bad loans off the banks so they wouldn't go broke. And they shifted to the Fed and put them in the cellar, and you and I now are paying for that. See, nobody understands any of this. And that's why the market is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. And the reason why in 2018, even though the smart money was telling Powell, get that $9 trillion down in half, so if there's a crash and the economy's really bad and we're in a terrible recession, you've got to have a way to bail us out. Well, greed took over. No, they wanted to keep, they didn't want to do that. Are you kidding me? Why would they do that? They wanted to keep this punch bowl going. The very, very wealthy, the top 1% and 1/101%, they were making a fortune with inflation. They were making a fortune not only in the stocks. Remember, inflation pushed the stock market up. Inflation pushed up all their assets, their farmland and their timberland and their gold mines and everything else. They said to hell with Main Street. Greed took over. So that's why we're in this position today. They got wealthier at our expense. And Main Street has no way out of this. So what do? I'll tell you when we get back. And Phil's gang, please help us, dude.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
And at night when the cold wind blows, no one cares, nobody knows. Welcome
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, anytime you want to know what the market, what it's going to do, you have that question in your head. I wonder what the market's going to do. I wonder what it's going to do. Well, I'll give you that answer. It doesn't cost you a penny. Just go to my YouTube channel, philsgang.com YouTube channel. And every day I put up an alert. If you subscribe to it, you get the alert. And check it out. And it tells you what the market's going to do. And you'll see I'm very rarely wrong. I've been in this business for 55 years, for heaven's sakes. I'm very rarely wrong. I've been through a lot of these. So, again, just go to my YouTube channel. I don't charge you for it. At least it'll tell you in the morning what you can expect in the market so you can protect yourself instead of listening to these dopes on these fake business news network. Their loyalty is not to you, the viewer. It's to their advertiser. They got to help their advertiser out, make you feel good. I mean, that's their job. Make you feel good. So you go buy. So the two things that really drive me nuts is when I hear again this garbage.
And let's talk about the consumer, what we heard from Brian Moynihan at Bank of America. I mean, Brian talked about how healthy the consumer is right.
Well, what's Brian going to say? Boy, the consumer sucks. Are you kidding me? He wants people borrowing money. And then when they say the consumer has all this money, it's not his money. The consumer has that money because of all the programs that Biden keeps on doing. This guy went crazy. $7 trillion in 22 months. Most of that money, just like when Obama and Biden were president and vice president, all went to social programs or green programs. And then so people have those programs and they have that money. They didn't earn it. It wasn't going and having a good job. My God, they're spending money that's coming from a program that you and I are paying for, and they spend it. And then most of them don't go to work. What are you, nuts? It's crazy. You wonder why we're in trouble? And again, when you keep spending, that causes the recession. And people say, oh, I got all this money. And it wasn't, they got another check in the mail. It's crazy. And then when I hear this.
Is right now the time to buy the dip? I mean, the S&P down about 22% from its high. You're saying the signs all point to it moving to the upside.
I think the answer in short, Frank, is yes.
No, it's a lie. The signs moving to the upside, the red flags are going off. We're going lower. Sure, we're going to get these rallies. We always get these rallies in a bear market. But they say that so you'll feel good. No, the truth is that we're not going to go higher and sustain that rally. We're going to go higher and lose that rally. We've been losing every rally. People don't realize that. Remember, the only rallies we held were from 2008 to 2018. Then we held from 2018, remember, to 2020. Then we held from 2020 to 2022 because they all had one thing in common. QE. Kept printing money to buy treasuries. Keep interest rates low. But now that is over. We've been going down 42 weeks. I told you yesterday, if you take the rally that we had in 2018, we went down about 20%, then rallied. It was after we went down, 4 weeks later, we're rocketing we're taking off again, big rally. Then again, in 2020, after the market dropped 21%, I think it was about what? Maybe about 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks, whatever it was, 11 weeks. The market took off again big because they're printing money. Well, it's over. They're not printing money anymore. They can't save us anymore. And that's why, and then they always tell you, well, the only tool we have is to raise rates. Well, that's not helping because every time you raise rates 75 basis points, the guy on the street who's making $50,000, $60,000 a year, combined income, $80,000 combined, they're screwed Because every time you're raising rate, pal, you're hurting them because things are costlier. Chicken, food, everything else is going up in price. You're not helping them. You're hurting them. And the corporations are passing on their cost of materials. Think about this. They took a survey. Corporations, and I'm not talking about all of them, but the ones that are making big profits, and very few are, they take those, they pass the cost on to the consumer. So the stock market, it can't rally and hold anymore. So what has to happen? We need a capitulation. We need people to understand that, where they get so fearful, they say, get me out of my stocks. Get me out of my stocks. I don't care how much I lose. Get me out. Just like what happened in 2008. Just like what happened in 2018, 2020. Get me out. Get me out. And then if you go back and look at 2008, 2020, the fear, called the VIX, we call it a fear meter, shot from 40 right up to 70, and then the market capitulated. That's not happening. Nobody's fearful because of these lies.
And let's talk about the consumer, what we heard from Brian Moynihan at Bank of America. I mean, Brian talked about how healthy the consumer is right now.
And he's not, and then people are buying on the dip, which is stupid.
Is right now the time to buy the dip? I mean, the S&P...
No, you don't buy the dip. You don't buy the dip. Are you insane? The only thing that works is every time the market rallies and it gives up that rally because they can't do what they did with all these other rallies, QE, then you have to turn around and sell your stock short, and you'll make money. You'll make more money than when you even buy a stock. So remember, we are in a situation now, we're going in now to the second phase of earnings season. We just finished with the first phase that was rigged and manipulated, the banks. Remember what they did? Remember, the market went up the first day of earnings, when 7 banks reported at one time. At one time, they do that on purpose. We went up 5% in that one day alone. And that's why I tell my members, every start of earnings season, buy the spiders, because the market goes up. Then they'll give it back. Or when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. This is Steve Celeste here, the Director of Education for philsgang.com. Just giving you an easy step-by-step process on how to join the gang for 10 days for free with our Working Investor program. So it's as simple as going to www.philsgang.com. At the top of the site, you're going to click on Get Started. Once you're on the next page, simply click on the red banner where it says 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. All right, thanks for listening to the show, and I'll see you on the charts.
And while we're going through this kind of a market, as I tell you, please go to my YouTube channel, okay? Also, on the YouTube channel, I'm telling you what the market is going to do. I give you a good rundown that day, so when you're looking at the market, you'll have, some idea. You're going to have somebody helping you, and I don't charge you a penny for that. And it's real time. So please go to my YouTube channel, so at least you understand what you're looking at. Because remember, the market's forward-looking. It's forward-looking. It's not behind. So please do that. And then take that knowledge, if you wish, and then come to Phil's Gang for the best education you'll ever get in how to invest with the best tools. I don't know, and I'm not saying just because it's Phil's Gang. I don't know another, education program that's like ours. I mean, the minute you get started, you get the real deal. You understand what the market's, how it really works. A good example is most people don't know what the bond market is and how it affects their stocks. And every day you need to know what those bonds are doing. Are the yields going up or down? The bonds are going down and getting crushed and people are losing money in the bond market. That means yields are going to go higher and higher, and that's very bad for the stock market. Then you look for stocks. We set you up with stocks to do well with high yields. And talking about that, you know, this rally that we had in the last couple of days, notice it's not doing well. Why? Because when they rallied, when they start out with these bank stocks, remember they do that on purpose, and they arrange the 8 or 7 banks to report all the same day because they want a big move in the market that day. And it happened. We went up 5%. And then the next banks come in, you know, one a day, 2 a day start coming in. And so the market keeps going up because the 8 or 7 or 8 banks that reported that one day, they're now allowed to buy their own shares. So that pushes up the market even more. But what people don't realize, when the bank stocks are going up in a high rate environment where yields are over 400 basis points, that's very bad for the banks. Now, it's good for the banks if you're in an environment of very strong economy and having good economic growth and we have good jobs, not these dumpy old jobs we got now that are just terrible jobs. They're low-paying service jobs. So the banks that rallied in the last few days, what you don't understand is they're going to come back down because when yields are high and interest rates are high, that means they're at risk because a lot of their customers are getting behind. And the only reason why the stocks went up, bank stocks went up, because most of them are taking their money from their set-aside and putting it into the bottom line. Now comes next week. Now we got the lineup next week of Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Intel to run the market up again. This is why I tell my members every time the day they start the earnings season, buy the spiders or buy XLF, the ETF for the banks, because you only can make money. You only can make money because they rig the lineup in a way that makes sure right out of the gate you get this large rally. We had a rally of about 10%. So now things are settling down a little bit because those banks are all behind us. So now that's why the market's slipping. The market's coming back down now. Now, next week, we start with all those big boys, Microsoft, Google, Facebook. And those stocks don't need profits to go up. Because those are growth stocks. They're not value stocks. All they got to do is beat their estimate. And they beat their own estimate. Their chief financial officer, is told by the CEO where to put the estimate. So if the estimate was they're going to beat by 2 pennies, but they really know they're going to beat by 7 pennies, just tell them we're going to beat by 1 penny. And then it comes out and we have 7 pennies we beat by. They go, oh, wow. And everybody starts buying our stock. So they always rig the market, banks first. They come behind that with the tech stocks next. And then after that rally, we'll start pulling back. Then you can start getting all these other companies reporting, right? So that's what happens. And this market will not continue to go up because all the other rallies after a crash would go up because they could sustain it only because Powell had QE. He doesn't have any room to do that anymore. Now, listen to this. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. Where do we go on this one? Let's see. Okay, listen to first they're telling us how strong they are, right? Consumer's quite strong.
If you look at the consumer is quite strong.
And then this one I played earlier.
And let's talk about the consumer, what we heard from Brian Moynihan at Bank of America. I mean, Brian talked about how healthy the consumer is.
And now listen to this.
How many people are worse off now than they were a year ago?
Quite a few. Listen, according to a report from Salary Finance, nearly 1 in 3 workers, including those earning more than $100,000 a year, run out of money before payday. And nearly 3/4, about 72% of consumers, have less in savings than they did last year. And that number, by the way, up 17% from just February. Even more concerning, though, is that the survey found 29% of respondents have seen their savings wiped out entirely. Wow. A separate report, by the way, by LendingTree also found that 40% of adults said they are less able to afford their bills.
All right, did you hear what he said about savings? But what do they tell us every day, the fake Business News Network, about savings? I don't know if I have one of those cuts. Go ahead, play it.
And at the end of the day, the consumer looks immensely strong, so much so that many people are willing to quit their jobs. They've got so much in savings.
Isn't that amazing? But it's not. That's how Wall Street works. You can't trust them like you can't trust Washington. Why do you think you can? Why do you think when you look at in the morning, CNBC or Fox Business, you can trust a thing they're telling you? You can't. And the earnings season is always rigged. They do the same thing. They get that rally right out of the gate. And that's why you got to buy the spiders. Now, you can make money in this market when there's volatility if you know what you're doing. Give you an example. So Schlumberger, we rallied Schlumberger, and I think we got a return on Schlumberger. What was it? About, I think it was somewhere around 26%. 26% in Schlumberger. And I told everybody oil's not going to go down. I never seen a war. When there's a war, oil going down, have you? And then and then another group bought Schlumberger a little later, and they're up 10%. And then we shorted Apple. Went down 13%. We made money on the short. We shorted Google. That's another 13%. There's no reason you can't make money in a market just because it's volatile if you know what you're doing. But you can't expect to make money if you just sit there and listen to what these fake Business News Networks tell you every day. I mean, they just can't tell you the truth. They can't. Now, if you think about Powell, in effect, is telling by raising these rates a little bit at a time, 75 basis points, what he's telling the carpenter, the electrician, the drywaller, the truck driver, the shelf stuffer, the healthcare worker, he's telling them, screw you. I need to sacrifice you in order to please my owners. So I need to raise rates. Isn't that amazing? And all that's going to do is slow economic growth. It's going to kill the labor market. You're not going to get a raise. You're all doing this to make
Want
the wealthy
more information
wealthy.
on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grady, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, you don't have to be losing money. Oh God, I keep saying that over and over. And I keep trying to reach out to you and tell you, look, you have an option. Instead of sitting there and worrying about the market and you keep losing money, it's not going to change. There's not going to be some magic turning this market around. All of a sudden we go up 40, 50, 60% in the market over the next year. No, those days are over because the Fed made a decision to screw Main Street instead of getting rid of that balance sheet of that $9 trillion, or at least get it down to $4 or $5 trillion to give us room so in case of an emergency like this, they could come back in and make sure this market didn't go down for how many weeks now? 42 weeks. 42 weeks. You understand that? That's insane. And for them to tell you the economy's doing good and people have savings, then why is the market going down 42%? This is crazy. And so, again, the Fed, what do? Raise interest rates. Well, how does that help? That means your car payment is more. Your home payment is more. Your insurance is more. Everything's more. Personal loan at the bank is more. Prices keep rising. They're not helping you by raising rates. They're destroying our standard of living. And they continue to take parking space in our head over and over. The Fed's trying to help the people on Main Street. No, they're not. Not at all. It's terrible. All it does is make it tougher for the working people. So if you are in the stock market, and I know you're losing money on your 401ks, you have an option, okay? You have an alternative, for God's sakes. I mean, we have 11 sectors in the stock market. And I've taken, and what we've done, we broke it down into the 3 sectors, okay, that where all the money goes to, where the majority of the money goes to. And every day, and we have like, I think it's about 3 or 4 stocks in each sector. And every day, I go over those same stocks with my members and keep them honed into those stocks, those same stocks, instead of being all over the place. And if you can just stay with those same stocks, you start making money instead of chasing stuff all over the place. You can't do that. You just can't do that and make money. And that's what people end up doing. They listen to Kramer or somebody else and they chase that stock. Here, I'll give you an example, like banks. We have Wells Fargo, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Citi. And then what we do is we focus on those banks. So we make sure that we know what those stocks are going to do for our members. We know which stocks are either going to go up or which stocks are going to go down. We do the same thing with our tech stocks. We work with Apple, Google, Netflix, and Facebook, Meta. Our energy, we've done terrific with our energy. We caught the entire rally on our energy. MRO and Schlumberger. Schlumberger's been a big winner for us. Schlumberger and Hess and Oxy. Now, again, if you just stay with energy and you stay with tech and you stay with the banks, energy, tech, and banks, that's where the big boys are. So we can help you and we can identify for you, okay, which way the money's going. Is money going in or is money going out? And we have the perfect tool for it. It's called my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It follows the money. So if you just, again, as I say, come to my YouTube channel every day, every morning, I post my YouTube channel and tell you what I think the market's going to do. That's free. Then take that knowledge and why don't you join the gang? And for the first 10 days, you don't pay a penny. After 10 days, you don't want to stay with us, that's fine. But at least give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance. This market is not going to rally. We've had 3 rallies, and each one's failed. Inside this downtrend channel since January. For 42 weeks, the market's going down. Inside that channel, you can have rallies. And then they lie to you about these rallies. Buy a dip, buying a dip. They should be saying to you, no. If you're going to buy on a dip, remember, these rallies aren't going to last. So you got to know exactly when to get out to sell into those rallies. When you're making profits, sell into them. Then turn around, and when those stocks start coming back, short them. So you catch them on the way up and on the way down inside a downtrend. When you have a downtrend, the only way you can stop this downtrend, this channel that is so bad, you got to either have good earnings. But nobody cared about earnings since 2008. Because why? Because they bet everything on the tech stocks that don't need earnings, don't need profits to rally. Because they're growth stocks. All people care about, investors, do the stock price go up. They don't care if the company doesn't make any money as long as the stock price goes up. And that's what happens with tech stocks. And that's why everybody was in the tech stocks. And that's what drove this whole market for 13 years was tech stocks. But now they lost. What drove them was zero rates, low rates. That's gone. That's gone. And now we got the rate at which the bank charges another bank. Now, if I'm a bank, I borrow from the Fed. So let's say the rate is 2%. Okay? And then what I do is I now loan to you. So I make it maybe 2.25. But here's what's going on. The Fed rate is going up. We're up at 7%. Or I'm sorry, 4%. 4%. Are you kidding me? Soon it'll be 7%. So things are getting more expensive. So that means the majority of the companies are not going to make a profit because the problem is the companies can't sell their stuff overseas. 40% of all our profits come from overseas. So they never cared before. They didn't care because all they had to do was follow the tech stocks. As long as the tech stocks went up, market kept going up. The tech stocks went up 1,200%. From 2008 to 2022, and most of those stocks weren't making money. And then the value stocks, nobody cared about them. Why would you buy a value stock when you can buy tech stocks? And that's the damage right there. Your managers, remember, they always tell you to buy and hold, buy and hold. Buy and hold is a myth. Buy and hold is a lie. Buy and hold, it goes against everything I've learned about the stock market. Risk management. To buy and hold a stock, risk management, you're throwing it out the window and you're hoping. You're in a hope mode. And remember, buy and hold gets your broker or manager off the hook. He doesn't have to be intelligent. He can be lazy. He loves it. You buy and hold. He doesn't have to be smart. Doesn't have to be aggressive. Just what a game that is. Yeah, buy and hold, buy and hold. Hold on that for 10 years, 15 years. He goes back to sleep. While he's ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. He's making money out of here. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Because remember, he hasn't got to service you. As long as you're holding, you think, oh, this is good. I'm buying and holding. I'm good. I'm going to make a lot of money. No, the only people who make a lot of money buying and holding is somebody like Buffett, somebody very, very wealthy. Because it's true. If the market goes down 10, 20, 30%, 40, 50%, they don't care because they got such wealth that they wait long enough, it'll come back 20 years later. Okay? But how many people can do that? How many people can sit there and lose 20, 30% and sit there for 15 years waiting for the market to come back? Are you kidding? So buy and hold, it only works for guys like Buffett, who have the sustaining power, who have so much money, they don't care if their stocks are down 40, 50%, because they know another 10, 15, 20 years it'll be back, and it will be back. But nobody has that kind of holding power. So that's why they short stocks. The average person can't sustain it. So when a stock goes up, you buy. When a stock goes down, you short. And with today's technology, we'll show it to you, it makes it so easy. It makes investing easy, where you're finally getting the other side of the transaction where all the money's made in shorting. Think how long this market's been going down for 42 weeks. And what do they have you doing? Buying and holding and buying on the dip. Join my gang, free for 10 days. Check it out. Please remember St. Jude if you start making money.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.